Alright, we've all heard these stories where someone randomly mined a small coin which then absolutely exploded in price and made them very rich seemingly out of nowhere. Problem is, for every small coin that has an astronomical price increase like that, there will be 100 other coins that don't really go anywhere. So that got me thinking, could you set up a GPU mining rig to mine a whole bunch of different small coins at the same time? And I'm talking multiple coins per GPU here, because that way we could maximize the chance that maybe one of them could be one of those coins that increase in price by like 50,000%. The answer is that of course you can, and it actually turns out that LHR GPUs of all things is how we're able to take this to a whole different level. So I'm going to show you how all this is done after a quick word from our sponsor. CoinLedger is a crypto and NFT tax software built to save you time and help maximize your tax refund. Thankfully, CoinLedger has made the process of doing this super easy. All you have to do is sign up for an account and link your crypto wallets. That's it. What CoinLedger then does is it looks at the transaction data of those wallets and uses that to automatically generate a tax report for you in your country's local currency. You can then take this report and export it into any tax filing software like TurboTax or TaxAct, or you can send it off directly to an accountant. Best part is that if you use my link in the description below, you can sign up and use CoinLedger entirely for free. And once you're happy with the reports and are ready to export, you can save 10% by using my discount code 𝗧𝗢. But that's not all. They're also doing a giveaway where you can win a free $300 tax report. So make sure you click on that link in the video description below for more details. So this idea came to me when I was thinking about different strategies for GPU mining now during this crypto bear market. Because with these low crypto prices we've got right now, we're not really getting much in terms of immediate profitability. So I thought to myself, if we can't have profits here and now, then how can we instead maximize the potential for future profit? How can we stack the odds in our favor? And yeah, sure, you can do a bunch of research into loads of small coins and try to dissect which ones will have the potential to explode in price in the next bull market. But come on, nobody has time for that, so instead, let's just freaking mine all of them. But if you're anything like me, then you don't exactly have thousands of dollars to spend on electricity each month to run multiple mining rigs, all for spec mining a bunch of shit coins. So instead, let's see how many coins I can mine on just a single mining rig. Now, I want to start by making sure you are all on the same page as me with that. Like most other GPU mining right now, this isn't exactly going to be profitable here and now. It's probably not even going to be the most power efficient way to mine on a per coin level. The point of it is to build as diverse of a crypto portfolio as possible with the least amount of resources. And before we get into it, I do have one rule for this, and that is that I have to be mining all of the coins at the same time. Because of course you can just set up a bunch of flight sheets and overclocking profiles on a schedule in HiveOS and mine one coin for like 2 minutes before switching to a different one and just keep going like that, and all of a sudden you're technically mining hundreds of coins on the same rig. But not only does that sound horrible from a hardware perspective to constantly be switching mining algorithms and overclock settings on your GPUs, but by only mining for such a short amount of time for each coin, you're 100% going to be penalized by the mining pools for pool hopping. And on top of that, the rig is going to spend most of the time just switching settings and building DAG files to then mine for maybe a few seconds before having to switch to the next coin. So that's obviously how not to do it. So now let's talk about how we're actually going to do it. It will come as no surprise that we're going to be utilizing dual mining for this. Now, dual mining, explained super quickly, is just mining two different coin algorithms at the same time on a single GPU. And this is possible because the mining algorithms usually don't actually use up the whole resources of the graphics card. And with the correct combinations of algorithms, you can actually run two of them simultaneously. So let's just set up a different dual mining mode for each GPU in our rig, and we should be in a pretty good spot, right? Alright, so let's have a look at the computer here to see all of the dual mining modes that are available currently. So we got LOL Miner that you can do 𝗖𝗓 coins together with Alephium or 𝗓𝗪. And we then got T-Rex that you can do, also just 𝗓𝗓 with Alephium. Alright, moving on. So we then got 𝗤𝗧-𝗦𝗛 that can do 𝗢𝗏 with Alephium or 𝗏𝗧𝗏. Okay, well look, at least it can also dual mine 𝗥𝗚 with Radiant. And then moving on and... oh, that's it. So at this point I thought that I was gonna have to scrap this whole concept because it looked like there were way less dual mining options available than I had thought. But then I remembered this video that I made way back in 2021. And kids, this was back in the day when we cared about the fact that some NVIDIA GPUs had this thing called LHR, which limited their ability to mine the 𝗢𝗏 algorithm. And now today, this has since, well, first been unlocked completely by mining developers and now recently even been disabled on a driver level by NVIDIA themselves. But back here in October of 2021, before any of that had happened yet, the developers of 𝗬𝗥𝗧𝗦 had this genius idea that, well, if we can't mine 𝗢𝗏 to the full extent possible on these GPUs, then let's just limit it a bit more so that we can dual mine 𝗢𝗏 with a bunch of other algorithms. So that is when they released this version of the miner that lets you dual mine, according to them, Ethereum together with 𝗥𝗚, Ravencoin, 𝗧𝗏 or Conflux. Now, there is good news and bad news about this mode. The good news is that even though the documentation mentions the coins specifically by name, in practicality the mining software doesn't really care at all what coin you are pointing the algorithm to. And since these algorithms are used by many different coins, as we can see here by looking them up on websites like miningpoolstats.stream, that actually allows us to open up a whole new world of dual mining possibilities. For example, you can set it up as if you were to dual mine Ethereum and Ravencoin, but just point the 𝗢𝗏 algorithm bit to a Callisto pool and the 𝗘𝗫𝗚 algorithm bit to a 𝗬𝗡𝗓 pool, and it works without any issues. And not only that, because even though the documentation mentions a minimum requirement of GPUs with over 10 GB of VRAM, which would rule out the 3060 Ti and 3070 for example, that requirement is actually based on the DAG file size for the mentioned coins. But since we're going to be mining completely different coins with significantly smaller DAG files, that actually means that this works flawlessly on any LHR GPU. The bad news, however, is that for the life of me, 𝗬𝗥𝗧𝗦 just will not let you use this mode on anything other than an LHR GPU. Believe me, I tried everything, but it just will not let you run this specific dual mining mode on any other kind of GPU. Alright, so to get this to work, we're going to have to run our rig in Windows, and this is because Windows is the only OS that I'm aware of that lets you run multiple instances of the same mining software at the same time, which is something that we obviously need to do in order to mine different coins on different GPUs. Now, this video would get insanely long if I were to go through the individual setup for each GPU, and the fact is that I already have all of the info you guys need in other videos here on the channel, so you can check this video out for how to set Windows up for mining, this video for how to run multiple instances of a miner at the same time, and obviously this video for how to set up this 𝗬𝗥𝗧 LHR dual mining mode. And by the way, the version of 𝗬𝗥𝗧𝗦 you need is 0.25.15. That's the last version that still supported this dual mining mode. But with that out of the way, let me just show you the setup I was able to achieve here. I've got it all set up on this 13 GPU mining rig here, and I thought I'm just gonna walk you through what I got going for each GPU. So GPU number 1 is a regular non-LHR 3070 that is dual mining Ethereum Classic and Alephium using LolMiner. The second GPU is also a non-LHR 3070 using LolMiner, but this one is dual mining 𝗢𝗥𝗚 and 𝗏𝗏. Third, we have another non-LHR 3070 that's dual mining 𝗥𝗚 and Radiant using 𝗤𝗧-𝗦𝗛. And those are all the standard dual mining modes out of the way. Now let's move over to the freaky LHR stuff. So GPU number 4 is an LHR 3070, and with the help of 𝗬𝗥𝗧𝗏 version 0.25.12, we are using the 𝗢𝗏 plus Raven dual mining mode to mine Ethereum W that proof of work fork of Ethereum that was created when Ethereum went to proof of stake, and we are dual mining that together with 𝗬𝗏𝗡. We then got GPU number 5, which is another LHR 3070, and using the same dual mining mode, we are mining proof of memes and Ravencoin on this GPU. Now, GPU number 6 is an LHR 3060, and again, using the ETH hash plus Raven dual mining mode, we are mining Ethereum Fair, another proof of work fork of Ethereum, together with 𝗬𝗥𝗧𝗢. We then have another LHR 3060, and using the ETH plus 𝗧𝗏 dual mining mode, we are mining Callisto, and you guessed it, 𝗧𝗏 on this GPU. Next up, for GPU number 8, we have a 3080 Ti, which of course is LHR, and using the ETH plus Conflux dual mining mode, we are mining Quark Chain and Conflux on this GPU. Now, unfortunately, this is where the fun stopped for me, because I genuinely ran out of LHR GPUs at this point. So the remaining 5 GPUs in my rigs are just going to be regular single mining 3070s, respectively mining Flux, Nexa, Aeternity, Vertcoin, and Bitcoin Gold. But if you have more LHR GPUs, there is nothing stopping you from running another 5 dual mining setups, which of course would bring the total amount of coins mined all at the same time to 26. But hold on, because I'm actually going to tell you how you can mine a third coin on all of these GPUs. But first, a quick word from our sponsor.
Established in 2017, Octominer is an international mining hardware company. They manufacture and engineer the best mining equipment in the industry and supply rigs to some of the largest mining farms around the world. Their GPU mining rigs also integrate with the top crypto operating systems like 𝗢𝗨𝗧𝗢𝗏, MinerStat, and Simple Mining. All parts come with an international 1-year warranty. Exciting news! They will be adding ASIC miners for sale to their website soon and launching a new product built specifically for ASIC home miners. Please visit octominer.com or email support@octominer.com for questions.
So, I'm obviously not going to end the video without talking about 𝗬𝗏𝗏𝗏. 𝗬𝗏𝗏𝗏 is a very unique coin that it is mineable, but you only mine it for a couple of minutes every few hours or so. This basically means that you can just mine 𝗬 for a few minutes and then go back to mining whatever you were mining before. Now, most of the miners I've used in this video don't support auto switching to 𝗬 whenever there is a new mining round for it. But fortunately, that doesn't really matter thanks to a clever utility called the 𝗧 switcher, which basically lets you mine whatever coin you want with whatever miner you want, but when time comes to mine some 𝗬, it automatically switches your cards over for a few minutes and then back to whatever they were doing before. And I'm going to link a video by Anonymous Miner on how to set that up in Windows. But with that, we are finally bringing up our possible total coins mined on a single mining rig to 27. And if we're lucky, maybe at least one of them goes to the moon in the next bull market, right?